the might of Pakistan's military on display. The kind of hardware any potential aggressor would have to face, including short-range tactical nuclear missiles for use in battlefield situations. More likely to be used in the simmering Indo-Pak conflict than traditional nuclear weapons, observers worry they mean Pakistan, as part of its defensive strategy, may someday strike first. And as India, Pakistan, and neighboring China rush to modernize their nuclear arsenals, this is the kind of celebration of the tools of war that could be the beginning of a second nuclear arms race, this one in Asia. Zafar Jaspal is an expert on Pakistan's nuclear program. He says smaller countries have learned their nuclear lessons from bigger ones.
Americans are reluctant to use the nuclear weapons against North Korea because North Korea has a nuclear weapon. Nuclear weapon is essential for preventing the nuclear blackmail, for preventing the nuclear strike. In addition to it, if the state is using, like Pakistan, as a force multiplier to bridge the gap between India and Pakistan in a conventional arsenal, definitely nuclear is very useful.
Pakistan began developing its nuclear program largely because it did not enjoy the promise of support from countries that already had nuclear arsenals. For the next generation, it's as important today as it was in 1971 when the program began.
It is very critical for Pakistan's security, and we cannot deny the fact that that is how we are represented in the whole world. That is how we are important for the great powers. That is why they come to us. We are geostrategically important, and second, we are nuclearly important.
We see that survival security is our foremost concern, so of course it is worth it, because if we are secure, if we survive, then we have to think about other things. If our survival is at stake, we cannot think about other things.
For Pakistan's future leaders, the nuclear weapons program may be a deterrent against the existential threat that is posed by India. But for Pakistan's future followers, regular working men and women, their biggest concern is not India, it's feeding their families. This human rights campaigner and father of 5 says the prevailing fear of India is exaggerated, and tensions won't ever come to nuclear blows.
This is drama, this is propaganda. Whenever politicians come to power, they create drama to get money out of their countries. Indian people live in Peshawar, or you should look in India at how many Pakistanis live in India. This is all propaganda. What I wish for is an international committee to be formed to address this issue and put an end to all this drama.
His wife is an educator and says continuously committing resources to weapons of war makes it nearly impossible to create the space needed for dialogue.
Guns and these weapons are not the solution for the country or for progress. What we should do is give more attention to education, and whatever funds are going towards terrorism and bombs, we should put these towards education.
Everyone we spoke to said South Asia without the need for nuclear deterrence is a good idea. But no one thought they would see it in their lifetimes. And while having nuclear weapons and using them are two different things, some worry so many in one place will lead to nuclear bombs being used as more than just political tools. Zain Basravi, Al Jazeera, Islamabad.